But the
They made
grapes,
Yeah, they made it.
made wine here.
And they sold it to the
Surprised I
people.
drink it.
I was the sheriff of LA County at
Oh,
that
yeah,
time.
these guys loose, I think.
These guys loose.
Not bad.
And he
Not
would be
bad.
right there, and we
He
went,
was there a long time.
when they were making the wine, and our father would pick up the wine.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Sure.
This guy loose was,
Yeah.
the top of the name.
Yeah.
And, but anyway, we managed to live through the whole session without getting arrested.
Now, who did you sell it to?
We didn't sell it. We
Daddy
bought
bought
it.
it.
My
Daddy
dad bought
consumption.
it.
We bought it for consumption.
Yeah, we didn't sell it.
Daddy did.
Oh,
He just bought it for
And
himself.
Martin Viscar, private
Right.
use. And
but
he
see,
had
but they were real bad bootleggers.
Oh, yes,
sure.
there were. There were
There
Italian
was
ones
some-
too.
Yeah, there were some in Winnemucca. They went all the way to California, loaded the pickup, the car.
It was
a
your
fast
grade
car.
when we were. Ours
Fast
wasn't,
car.
ours
Where did
wasn't
Daddy get what he got?
from Martin
And where
Viscar.
did Martin Viscar get his?
He made it.
I think
He
he
made
made it.
Yeah, he
and
made it.
Musti.
Do you remember?
No, he didn't go to
Eramusti?
Eramuspas to get the
Eramusti,
wine.
that's other
Era-
family
Eramusti,
friends.
No.
Did they make
Musti.
wine
He
too?
went to Eramuspas to play
To play
moose.
moose, I remember all night.
So this
Yeah.
Eramuspas, what do you know about them?
Eramuspas?
Oh,
The
we were
different,
friends.
the different
Friends.
men in the area got together, not a whole lot of them, but enough, they played four, so we played moose. But my father used to go there to play moose.
But what do you remember about?
Do you know?
Decision, Shabbat and John Amati?
Shabbat?
Shabbat and
Shabbat and
John
John
Amati.
Amati.
Emily, Charlotte, and
Charlotte,
Betty.
three girls. I don't remember anything spectacular, except that,
alone in our church?
yeah,
Do they have relatives in Northern California, Nevada?
they probably did, but we didn't know them.
We didn't keep up with them.
They had relatives in the Morango Valley, I know
Yeah,
that. Moreno.
Ramuspa was killed by Indians or cowboys
Oh, that
here
was
in
something
northern
bad.
Nevada,
Oh, yeah.
1911.
It could have been
It could
one
have
of their
been other
relatives,
families.
because at that time is when most of these people came, I think, from over here, from Europe.
Hmm.
And, it was before, they didn't all come to herd sheep in that time. It doesn't say.
Kevin, this,
Yeah.
if he's going to say about this, do you think we ought to tell about how loyal we were to our father, and we thought somebody was coming to the house and we are gonna find the wine, and what did we do with that wine? We carried it into the orchard, don't you remember?
No.
You don't remember that?
Uh-uh.
Do you remember that, Frank?
No, I don't.
I didn't do it.
I'm not in there.
Probably you did it.
Well, I guess I was the
Angie and Johnny carried the wine in the
You and
orchard.
Johnny, yeah.
because we just knew that
Probably
they
our
were coming,
deacon
they're gonna
brother.
catch our dad with his wine.
Yeah, we worried about it. We took care of our dad.
I'd have probably helped you, but Catherine was dressing me up in a dress.
Oh, dear, anyway.
Were there any Basque families close nearby?
That, you could get Petra in.
That's why I said that we should get Petra into
Petra's
this.
in this.
Petra and
Petra
Dominic.
Chandy. That's a
Chandy.
family that, they're another family that came here, like the Bassenchuries, from the Banca area.
Chandi?
Chandy. Yeah, Martina Chandy.
Chandy, I guess.
I couldn't
Mainly
find
house,
it.
of course, but the Chandy.
Sounds like this guy name.
No, it's Banco, different from
Yeah.
Banco, France.
Well, isn't there a Chandy Hotel or something at St.
Over
John
there, yeah,
Yes,
St.
so
Jean
that's
Pied de Port,
right
it used to have one.
We
Yeah.
saw it there.
Anyway, the Chandys, somebody else might wanna talk about this, Meter and all. You wanna tell about that?
I don't know enough about Petra and Dominic too much,
Angie
but
and
I got
I,
Angie.
well,
Angie
you
can
and Angie
tell.
do.
Well, it so happened that we were a primitive family. We were Oscaras, you know, and Petra and Dominic were a little wealthier than we were. They had a little more, but she had. But my mother, there's nobody in the world like my mother. It's just hard to imagine. When she had her babies, Petra would come and stay with her.
No matter what she had to do.
She just would do that, and there was nothing in the world that said she
That
had
she's
to do this, because she's an entirely different kind of a woman than my mother. But there's the things she'd do for my mother, because my mother was an angel. And she was at the birth of, well, everyone, I think, all the young ones, certainly from Gracie on down, I think.
Well, she was my godmother.
Yeah, Gracie on down.
Well, was she
She was-
maybe a
She was.
midwife
Not a
sort
bit.
of thing?
Not
No,
by,
she's
not
just
for
a friend,
profession,
not by
just a
profession.
nice person that But would have been a nurse if she'd had a chance to be educated today.
She
But she
came,
was from the old country, right?
Yes.
no,
No,
she was
no,
born
her mother
here.
and father was right.
Oh,
She
born
actually
here.
was born here.
She was
Okay.
born here.
But in
Her
1800.
mother and father died when she was young, and they left 7 children. And Petra saw to it that her family was raised as well as she could. One of them's godmother took some of the kids.
But it was the fact that she was so good to Mama. She was a person of more means, I should say, but she would take my mother was such an angel that, and we didn't have doctors in
But
those.
Petra
well,
was very
some people
down
did,
to
but
earth.
doctors
She was not, she didn't live this high life. She
no.
was down to earth. At
She-
least the way
I think that's a
felt,
very-
yeah.
And a vast that helped my mother,
They were
And
an
the-
integral part of our
life.
growing up in our family.
Right.
The Achandis.
I don't know
how old Petra was when she died, but the last few
89,
years that she was a little widow,
85, 86, I think.
a widow, and she loved to have us come over and visit her. And every once in a while, I'd take her to cash a check or to take her grocery shopping or something, just take her someplace. And at the time, it was almost embarrassing, but now I'm ashamed that I was almost embarrassed. She would tell everybody in the store that she helped when I was born. She was in the house. Did you know that I helped bring her into the world? And I was with her mother. And she just loved us that much. Oh, we loved her too. But like I say, I'm a little ashamed to even tell you that I was a little embarrassed at the time. But because now I'm really proud of it. But and then she would love to have Bill and he'd come over for dinner because she felt that Bill could do so many helpful things around the house. He likes to build and repair, and everybody keeps him busy. And she invited us for dinner one evening, and I know she took the whole day to prepare. She was just thrilled that we were coming. She was a lovely woman.
She was of a early Basque family, the Adots. And she married into this early family of the Achandis that came in the 1865 thereabouts. Martin came here, and he had sheep. Came to Placentia area. I forget where I'm at. I'm in Reno, Orange County area. And she married into the family because Martin had, I think, 5 sons, and they became a very well-known family through the years. Now they're very special strawberry growers in our area. And one of the areas that they had is would you say it's a commercial area, Angie? Where they have that Achandi thing, yeah.
Yes, the one Dominic.
Yeah, they have a great big,
Dominic Jr.
So they're people of wealth now.
they weren't then, not really.
So you're acquainted mostly with Basque who worked the land rather than the sheep.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we're the next generation after the sheep, I would say. The sheep were before us.
Is that right? And
Uh-huh.
why
In our part of the
the
country.
transition from sheep to lamb?
The sheep to orange groves.
Orange groves,
Mostly.
why is that? I mean,
I
more
think
profitable?
probably more profitable.
And a lot of sheep died in the droughts of these years that come along too. We didn't have
Southern
irrigation always.
Southern California is actually desert, I mean, the parts we were in. So when you think about the desert area, there wasn't a whole lot of dependable water, I should say.
I think they wanted more security. You know, a lot of times when you have a big herd of sheep, you don't necessarily own all of that grazing land, it's leased.
Yeah.
So as they could afford it, they wanted to buy property. So something I'm sure that they could build and their family after them would continue to build. More of a security type thing.
So there was a big bunch of Basques in that area.
Yes.
Ellen, do you know anything about the Basque magazine or newspaper that was published there? Did you know that?
Published where? We have copies of the newspaper that was published in the 19th century. I think it was 1887.
Where was it published though? Because our family got some of the newspapers from Europe.
No.
This was one published in Los
I
Angeles.
have 2 copies yet of my mother that she had, was subscribing to from one of the places in her area, France.
Yeah, we're talking about Basque.
This is here, right here.
Published in the Basque language in Los
I
Angeles.
didn't know that.
And how many?
I do remember.
There were 2.
Two.
I
Right.
do remember
2
that
different ones.
Daddy was doing.
Esqualdunen caseta.
Thank you.
I didn't
So there must have been a lot of readers in order for someone to.
Right.
Imagine how lonely they were, those poor souls.
Well, there were even several in Yorba Linda. There was the Chetos, the Mohicas. The Mohicas were our neighbors.
Martin Achito's family.
Chinese to start with.
Okay, so how many families can you count as neighbors?
Well, they actually weren't neighbors. See, Yorba Linda, where we grew up, you were just scattered all over. You weren't right next to each other.
How many miles?
Well, Mohicas were probably a half a mile.
He doesn't mean next door.
Yeah.
A half a mile.
Yeah.
The Chetos were maybe a mile and a half.
A little over a mile.
Then there were a lot in Puente, Chino, but right in our area there weren't that many. There were many in the area, within 30 miles.
Then we had our
There
own
were a lot.
cousins in Atwood.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, we had cousins
Where
in
is
Atwood.
this?
Mustn't forget our own cousins.
We
Where?
didn't see them much.
Daddy's brother was Martin Apalategui, and they lived maybe 3 miles, 4 miles from us. And they raised a family of about
But see,
8 children.
1 mile, 2 miles, that's neighbors, isn't it?
That's what I say,
In
that
those days,
your
it was neighbors.
interpretation was
Yeah.
different than what we
Sure.
were.
A lot of
Yeah.
Quakers in between.
And all of these people worked the land,
Definitely.
Yeah,
and they owned the land
eventually.
eventually.
Daddy
Eventually.
leased some of the land.
Yeah, some of it, but he owns some of it too.
Oxnarts. Oxnarts are La Habra. Some got very
Santa
wealthy.
Cruz
Were
with the
Brea, Landas, Passengeries, Fullerton, Landa.
Quite a few Basques.
Lorea.
The very wealthy now, Jean-Pierre Lacroix.
Oh, yes,
That's
the
in San Capistrano area.
Lacroix,
La Croix,
Lacroix.
in San Capo.
what is he doing? I mean,
Well, he had,
Trying to spend money.
because, well, that isn't really true. It's because of land, in Southern California.
Oh.
The land values
Land
increased
you
so
got very cheaply in the beginning of the
sold it.
century, and then they sold it.
Millions.
But, Lacroix, that's it.
Oh, what about
And
the?
the Meister one, these are all related.
We don't want to forget
okay,
anybody.
La Croix was French Basque,
Yes, but the mother was Spanish.
No, Navarra, they're from
because
Navarra.
Master Juan
The Master
is
Juan?
Navarrese.
Yeah, they're
But the
Navarrese.
mother's, Meister one.
Yeah.
The mother of Lacroix, Meister one, Passengerie, and were all Mojica.
Brothers and
Mojica, and they were,
Mujica, were they Biscayans?
No,
Sound
they were
Biscayans.
from Navarra.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
I think the name was Mujica or something, M-U-G-I-C-A, except when they came over here, Augustine said that they misspelled it, and he never bothered to change it.
Wow.
See, but it was
It's a Biscayan
M-U-G-I-C-A.
name, really.
They lived in Navarra, Mayuda or Maya, did you ever hear Maya?
Okay.
They lived near Elizondo,
Mhm.
that's where they're from. And there were 12 of them, and a lot of them came here to the United States. They're also, well, one of them was married to the Passengeries, Juanita. And one of them, like she says, was a Lacroix.
and there were Shangalas.
Do you know that name?
Shangala,
Changala?
Ustaritz,
Oh, yeah.
Ibarola.
Yeah.
When you think,
When you
there
start
were
thinking, there were quite a
a
few.
lot.
whole
Start
bunch.
thinking.
There were a whole bunch. And Jaregi.
That's Spain. I mean, no, not necessarily.
So we're closing within, we're talking about 10-mile radius?
Well, a little
So
further
maybe
than that.
further,
30
30.
mile radius.
30.
30
be
might have
good.
been at 20, 30,
30
be good, because by the time you get to.
That's
San Juan Capistrano.
La Puente, Chino, San Juan Capistrano, El Toro, Yorba Linda. But there were quite a few. Now, our family was not the kind, for some reason, we didn't get out and do all the dances and go to all the parties.
Well, there were 10 of us.
But, but a lot of the families did. They were very social.
Martin and Cheeto's family was
Very
very
social.
social. Very. Martin could tell you a lot of interesting things.
We should have him here.
And I
We
had
should've.
a few years of being very social,
Yeah.
because our neighbors, the Mohicas, took me with them. And I got to meet a lot of these people.
And you got to
Just-
dance a lot.
It was wonderful memories.